We've all heard of get-rich-quick schemes. Some of us have even tried them. And how many of us dream of hitting the lottery and basically becoming rich overnight? While it's a lovely dream, there's a fundamental difference between being rich and being wealthy. And the harsh truth is that there is nothing you can do to make yourself wealthy immediately. But what's the real difference between being rich and wealthy? And why does it matter? When we think of someone being rich versus wealthy, we may assume they are the same, and most people tend to use the words interchangeably. But they are very different, not just in dollar amounts, but in mentality. So let's talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss the two and why you want to be wealthy. What does it mean to be rich? Simply put, being rich is having a lot of money. It's basically how much money is currently in your bank account. Typically, this is accrued relatively quickly. For instance, a person inherited the money, hit the lottery, or works for a very high-paying job and ascended to the level of richness within a few years. The other side of being rich is that you typically spend a lot of money. How else will others know that you have the money to spend? These individuals don't hesitate to buy the newest gadgets, cars, phones, and laptops, often as a means to impress people. Fundamentally, this is how we know they're rich. We see the fruits of their labor and can determine that they must have cash or the means to pay for it. But don't let it deceive you. Someone who is rich can also be a person who is severely in debt. Rich people might drive a nice car or live in a beautiful house in a great neighborhood, but that may come with a price. If you make $200,000 a year but spend $250,000, technically you're rich, but you're walking a dangerous road. The higher the cost of living, the tougher it is to not spend more than you earn. What does it mean to be wealthy? Rich people have a lot of money, but wealthy people know about money. The distinction is that wealthy people can control and manage their money to live a more sustainable lifestyle. They're aware that their most precious asset is their time, so they no longer choose to trade their time for money. Instead, they look for ways to make their money work for them. They focus on assets that can produce income for them, allowing them to buy back their time. When you can figure out how to earn passive income, you can truly do anything, go anywhere, and live the life you truly want. Remember, not all rich people are wealthy, but all wealthy people are rich. The differences between rich and wealthy. It's all about duration and sustainability. A rich person is typically making money from one source of income. Think athlete, doctor, or that lottery winner. But that won't last long. If that athlete gets hurt, or that doctor retires, or the lottery winner goes broke, the high income disappears. In contrast, a wealthy person strives to create systems that make them money for the long term. This is the biggest difference between the two. Wealthy people build financial knowledge so they learn how to make money and become less reliant on one source of income. They build their wealth mindset to constantly look for ways to detach their time from their money, so that they can focus on the things that are most important to them. Wealthy people tend to have businesses, real estate, or traditional investments, like stocks and bonds, that generate passive income. Instead of relying on an hourly wage or yearly salary, their money creates more money for them. This way of thinking helps them build wealth and gives them freedom from money worries. They're interested in assets producing income for the long term. Rich people may seem to have a lot of fun on the outside, but it's exhausting to know that you can't stay rich forever. Wealthy people understand that their fundamental goal is to answer one question: when I stop working, how can I ensure my money keeps me comfortable for the rest of my life? So you want to be wealthy. Now we've discussed the differences between the two. You can see why you should want to be wealthy, not just rich. We'll give you some actionable steps to take on your journey toward wealth. But we're going to be honest with you. Becoming wealthy is simple, but it's not easy. If it were, more people would be wealthy. The truth is, wealth is not a guarantee, but it is possible for anyone to build wealth. Number 1, shift your mindset. You can absolutely build wealth, but you may have lingering money myths that are stopping you from truly trying. You must grow your financial knowledge and embrace the fact that becoming wealthy is a marathon and will take patience. Small steps over time can result in large distances. Wealth begins with the right mindset. Number 2, save more. The base financial advice that we're typically given is to save 10% of your money, but we'd suggest that you should bump that number up to at least 20%. The higher the better. The key is to be able to save as much money as you can so that you can use that to invest, whether it be in the stock market, rental properties, or a business. Just make sure that the very first thing you do is build out your emergency fund. That will be your launch pad to feeling secure in your other investment choices. Number 3, pay off debt. One of the easiest ways to build your net worth and your wealth is by having no debt. You have to attack all debt, but especially high interest debt, with everything you've got, because debt robs your future self. The two biggest areas to check are your car payments and credit cards. Currently, the average car payment is over $600. That's money tied up that you could potentially be using to invest. And with interest rates typically in the high teens, credit cards can be even worse. Treat debt like a plague and avoid it at all costs. Number 4, set goals. How can you get anywhere without direction? The same is true for money. Write your goals down and focus on pursuing them with single-minded focus. Use both short-term and long-term goals to help you along your journey. Keep them close and review them regularly. The journey may get tough at times, and being able to see your goals can be the push you need to keep going. Number 5, invest in yourself. There's a lot of truth to the idea that wealthy people are always trying to learn more about money. In fact, you could say that wealthy people focus on 3 things. They spend time learning about money and how to build more wealth so that they can continue to build their assets and investments, which would allow them to have more control over their time and determine the best ways to spend it. So read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos, and even network with like-minded people such as a realtor or investor group. Give yourself the opportunity to learn about all the ways you could potentially make money. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires persistence and patience, but the beauty of it is that anyone is capable of building wealth. You can be wealthy whether you're a janitor or a millionaire. Remember, it's all about sustainability and duration. How can you build assets to take care of your future self? That brings us to the end of this video. If you learned something new today, like this video and share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon to keep getting notified of more money-related content. See you in the next one.